Mr. Schaub, sorry for your loss.
Alright guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Into the Bapaverse. So today we're going to be talking about the Brendan Schaub UK tour cancellation. Now last time we talked about this, I think it was like episode 9. And I remember telling you guys, I bet you Brendan is going to gaslight us and make us think that this tour did not exist.
It's rewind time.
You know, it just never existed in the first place in Brendan's mind. He's gaslighting everybody, thinking that, was that tour like even real? Wouldn't I be just correct in that assessment? And we'll go through the clips and then I'll show you a very, it's so sad, and also like, is he playing like 3D checkers with us? Is this kind of a subliminal way of saying that I'm hurt that I did not get to do my theater shows in the UK? Possibly. Right? We don't know. Bapa's brains works in miraculous ways.
Mr. Schaub.
Now, what is Brendan's excuse for not doing the UK tour? Well, wouldn't it be that he's just a beast of a dad? He cannot deal with the stress of leaving his kids behind back in the US. Jelly Roll and Jeff Dye were talking about this because of Bert Kreischer touring, and he said it was such a big stress for him and for his kids.
When I was talking about how, I mean, it's a good thing and bad thing. Like, I can't leave my kids for more than 3 days. I'm physically ill. I can't do it. And Bert's like, man, I wish I was like that. He's like I go on tour tomorrow on my tour bus. I'm gone for 2 months.
No, I watched him. I was like,
difference, Bert. I physically can't do it. So my agent called me today. It was like, hey, man, we got you an international tour. You're gone for 6 months. It's whatever, 10 million. I couldn't do it.
That's because you're a good guy.
I literally couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm not going to let you.
It was a couple days he's going to be missing, not 6 months. Just, you're not a numbers guy, B.
All ready to go on this?
You said that with a tinge of jealousy in your voice.
Yeah. I am very jealous of her.
Yeah.
She has 26 million followers.
How many do you have?
I'm not like a numbers guy.
I'm telling you, this man is playing some advanced checkers here, because he already had this pre-planned just in case he cannot do a UK tour or any kind of international tour. He had this pre-built just in case. He's a smart man. You guys don't understand him. He's playing 3D checkers with us. He's just a couple levels above us. You know, we just have that pedestrian brain. We just don't simply get it.
A comic's brain is so different than a pedestrian's brain.
Now, here is Brendan's excuse for not touring this summer. Here's this clip from the Fight and the Kid subreddit. The summer off of touring excuse are starting to appair.
One of the reasons I'm not touring so much in the summer is I told my son I'm going to dedicate myself to him for baseball.
He's how old?
7.
That's pretty wild that he's understanding.
And I told him, and I was trying to make him, because it's really serious. And I was honest with him. I said, I'm committing myself this summer to you, man. It's you and me, buddy. You're waking up with me. I'm running with him in the mornings at 7. I'm running with the hills with him in the mornings. We're doing all this shit. I told him, I said, it's gonna be work, man.
So he's using his kid as an excuse. Let's hear what the comments say down below. Let's look at the best comment here. It says here from the Big Green. 5 days ago, Baba, such a beast of a dad, sacrificing his summer to care about his son. I agree, man. He's such a beast. He's a loving father. Ton of respect for him for canceling his big tour in the UK, possibly gaining way more fans. Maybe 300 of them. And, you know, it's just a shame that he could not do it. You know, last time I said, hey, you know, he'll get more respect if he still did the venue. And some people said, hey, no, it's going to be a waste of money if he just appears for a 400-seat event. You know, it being like 2,500 in total, like of a theater. And it's going to be way more for him to even appear than actually do the show itself. And I tend to agree. But also he should have just changed like the venue, made it a little bit more smaller, and also commit to the people that actually did buy the tickets. Because on Twitter he actually did explain there, but not on the podcast, on why he wasn't going to the UK. He did not bring it up. And you know Brendan, he says he's not on social media, so it must have been George or somebody else that was running his account on Instagram or somebody. because as you guys know, he does not post and he does not go on social media.
Mr. Schaub.
So the subreddit calls out Brendan's hypocrisy on this summer with his child, with his kid, because he says he's gonna spend it with him and he's gonna be there all day and all summer with him, and also, you know, some sort of way train him. And they kind of made a side-by-side comparison on, he was like criticizing this pee-wee kind of football star, 12-year-old or something, like very young, right? His name is like Baby Gronk or some shit like that, and he's blowing up on TikTok and whatnot. And so he criticized Baby Gronk's father for pushing him and kind of ruining his childhood. What, you know, some of the things that Brendan said kind of mirrors what he's trying to do with his kid. So that was kind of funny, and you know, in of itself, because Brendan is just gonna do this for the summer. That Baby Gronk kid, his dad is pushing him every day, every night, this summer to the next summer to the next summer after that, to the, you know, incoming years. But Brendan is just gonna try to push him for one summer and tell him, hey, if you're gonna try to work and try to become this baseball player or something, I got the blueprint for you. So it's gonna be tough, and you're gonna see other people, all your other friends play, and you're gonna be working, which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you, because he's just a little kid, right? He's like 7 or something, and he's already like, all right, we're gonna start at 7 years old because this is the right age so you can become a bigger star in baseball.
One of the reasons I'm not touring so much in the summer is I told my son I'm gonna dedicate myself to him for baseball. You got a dad who knows, I can get you pretty far, and then the rest is gonna be on you. But all you have to do is commit. And I go, all your buddies, this is what's gonna happen. That's what happened with me. In the summer, your buddies are going, like you told me, they're going to Fiji and they're going to Paris. They're watching YouTube and playing video games. You're gonna be working. It's not fun. I'm telling you right now, it's not fun. But boy, is it worth it. I said, if that's what you want, I'll show you the blueprint. But I'm telling you, man, it's work.
The blueprint, right? Because Brendan is now a football star, a baseball star, right? He's got the blueprint to show his kid. Right.
Dude, it's fucking work, buddy. And it's not going to be cool. It's not going to be cool. Your friends are going to want to do this and this. You're not going to be able to do that. Your friends are going to want to eat this. You're not going to be eating it. So little Gronk, his dad is like, he eats only rice and salmon.
Good way to burn him out.
He's going to the NFL. Oh, it's a disaster. Sacrifice now and live like a king later. All your friends are going to be doing all this shit. We're not going to be doing that. Oh, it's a disaster.
He's going to sacrifice one summer, which is not going to do anything for his life. It's like going to summer school for kids that are too stupid to pass elementary or middle school. You know? It just ruins your summer. Brendan is going to ruin his summer. But I know this is all just little chit-chat and fill-in time for the podcast, because realistically, he's not going to do that. Of course, he's going to let him play and stuff, but in the long run, this is all just BS.
And then he's like, yeah, that's what I want. Because at batting cages, he was kind of not doing great. And he goes, again. I was like, oh, I like that. And I didn't say anything because I'm not like, again. You know, I'm like, whatever you want to go, let's go. No, I'm like, let's go, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But if this is what you want, it's this every single day. Oh, it's a disaster. And so I told him, I go, when I was yours, I was obsessed with football. Only thing that mattered was football. Saturday night was Saturday Night Live. Outside that, it's football.
Saturday Night
dude.
Live.
I was obsessed. Not because my dad told me that's what I want to do with my life. I was obsessed. He was. Oh, it's.
Did you guys know Brendan's dream is to be on Saturday Night Live? Did you guys know that?
It's a disaster. Obsessed. Not because my dad told me that's what I want to do with my life. I was obsessed with it. It's all. If you want, I was an expert in football. It's like that's what it takes. Oh, it's a disaster. He loves Bryce Harper.
How?
Because they have this similar hair.
Is he?
Here's one of Brendan's tweeting at the New York Times article. This poor kid, he's gonna end up hating football. This can't end well for the little dude. I mean, look, Brendan is gonna ruin his kid's summer. We just don't know. I think it's all just BS. Just to like make a little bit of chit chat on the podcast. I don't think he's gonna do it. Right? He's gonna wake up hungover from the day before from doing comedy, stand-up comedy, and then his kid's gonna wake him up and be like, Daddy, let's go to football or baseball practice. And you know, I just don't think he's gonna commit to it. But yeah, it is very ironic. It's a it's very funny to talk about somebody else's kid and then you say the same thing. It's kind of a funny little cycle here.
Where's paying your life?
Now, guys, let's look at this thumbnail from The Fighter and the Kid. The Rinks and the Black T-Fat K episode 903. Let's look at this thumbnail. It says, I cried all the way there. What the hell does that even mean? And this is where the 3D checkers comes into play, right? We don't know what the heck does that mean. So how about I take you to that little moment? Brian gets all emotional about not being able to sell out theaters and not being like other top featured comics. And in a rare Brennan Schaub moment, he really tries to make Brian feel better about himself, right? He becomes a friend to Brennan. Quite rare. Usually just shits on him. But let's watch that.
Good. If you go off odds, it's going to hurt your feelings.
My wife put it in perspective for me. I was complaining about, you know,
not having big black dick.
I was just complaining about. I wasn't complaining, but I was a little bit bummed out about not selling theaters, or you know, some of my friends are selling lots of tickets, and I was like, you know, but I'd sold out that night. And
You can go down that route.
I mean, she goes like
once
this.
every
She
2
goes,
weeks.
Brian knows why he can't sell out, right? He knows why.
she said to me, she goes, hey, Brian, somebody took a picture with you tonight, and when they walked away, they went like that. They pumped their fist.
There's a guy, but yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was actually this.
There's a guy, but yeah.
yeah, but it's like, be a little. She goes, that's
tough.
Be thankful for that, and that's a big deal. And I never do that, and I never.
That's
do it.
that's almost impossible
I have a huge
to do.
problem with it.
That's almost impossible to do. It's like if you're a Navy SEAL and you're in the middle of war and you're like, dude, we're
Here's them comparing comics with other professions. Here's Brandon with a weird one.
badasses.
No.
And they're like, what? No, this is what we do, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
Of the bullets flying, who gives a fuck? That's what we're used to this. So it is a extreme example with the Navy SEAls, but it's just a
I need to be more grateful, and I need to be more thankful for where I'm at. I mean, and I try to practice.
You
it
should be
every
in
day, and I
theaters
suck
though.
at it.
You talk any comic, you're a monster. You're the one that taught me stand up, and I'm super grateful for that. Out of everyone, no one gives you the credit you deserve. We've been over this.
Yeah,
like you're the reason I can afford private school for my kids for doing stand up. That's all Brian Count.
No.
You're the one that pushed me. You should be a theater act, and I have anger towards people for it that you're not. I'll figure it out. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, see how it's starting to settle a little bit more, because right after this he starts talking about his kiddo, right?
You should be there, and it bothers me you're not.
I appreciate it.
Oh, he's getting
Let's talk about
emotional.
black dicks where we start crying.
Yeah, he's getting emotional.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, but it's all perspective.
It's perspective, and it's about
You'll
practicing.
get it B when you
gratitude for
talk
what
to your
you
kid, when obviously you have an older son now, but even with the baby, like when you do more cool things, like you like to, I know Brian was on Mad TV, which is insane. That's insane, dude. I know Brian was on Sex in the City. I know Brian was in The Hangover. I know Brian was in
Brian was in Oz as a sex offender. Brian was in The Joker, or the back of him and the reflection of his face was in The Joker.
School. I know. Day one when I met Brian, The Hangover. I know all this. We see each other. We're best friends. It's whatever. But then when you hear someone else talk about it, you're like, yeah, oh yeah.
So here's where the I cried in my car comes into play.
I'm eating
The
Mr. Beast
boys might
chocolate.
be
It's
back.
the best
The boys
thing I've
might
ever
be getting together doing a little show
I'm
at a
looking forward to
theater.
that.
Speaking of theaters,
You and I might be doing a little stand-up.
we have a little Fire and Kid merch there.
Hell yeah.
Someone posted a Fire and Kid
Oh,
merch.
and he also, there we go. He also did we might be doing a show together, bringing the boys back. He might need some more, some veterans out there, even though it's Brian who's, I think he still probably sells smaller venue way more than Brandon does. But yeah, I think Brandon needs like some sort of collab with somebody to get his numbers up.
On my story today, they're like, "Is this real merch? I saw this in a store. It's the Fire and Kid Army shirt." I was like, "That's real. They're like, this isn't a knockoff. I'm like, no, we did that 6 years
That's
ago.
nice.
What store is selling our shit?
You know what store it is? The thrift shop. The thrift shop, dude. What other kind of store are they gonna sell 6-year-old shirts? And to that surprise, and nobody has yet to since buy it until now.
The Abbott-Kinney Fight Club stuff, I think you guys need to bring it back soon
I
because
agree. I've been
people
saying it
always talk about
I've been
that.
saying it
Really?
from day one.
Yeah. Yep.
I wish we
Yep.
could. I'd love
why
different
can't
colored
we?
T-shirts.
Yeah. I think you do the original, the gray
Can
still.
we do it?
Of course.
Can you set it up?
Let me check with the guy.
Here's where it starts to get a little better, or a little sad.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You've been saying that.
I've been busy, Bubba.
Bubba,
right?
come on.
I'll cry in my car on the way here sometimes.
You what?
I'll cry in my car hard on the way here dealing with the shit we got to deal with. You kidding me, dude? Excuse me?
He's dealing with the haters, and he's also got to deal with going to Skankfest in 2 or 3 months. He's getting stressed out, man. And also maybe the cancellation of his UK tour.
Excuse me?
You want to add that to my table right now?
Always sunshine under above the clouds. All right, let's go.
If people only knew. Anywho.
Oh, I know. I
yeah.
wish
Look at Chin. Look at Chin there. So supportive, man. I'm pretty sure Brendan uses Chin as his therapist because I'm sure Chin has also got a little bit of a stake in this podcast as being a producer or whatnot. Because it always seems like he's like bringing his laptop everywhere he goes. And then let's get right to the end where he announces a possible tour, a theater tour with Brian Callen. Let's skip to that.
Oh, we got some big news coming for me and Brian. Little theater run here. We'll have announcements for you.
Oh, yeah.
Next close one, Schaub and Friends, Pasadena, July 28th.
So a little theater run, huh? So maybe double confirm there. Said it way earlier in the episode, and then now right in the end. A little bit of a little tour, huh? A little tour. Yeah, man. I think Brendan was definitely going through one in this episode. Quite maybe all this whole cancellation of this UK tour is kind of finally getting to him. And also, it kind of shows that he's not the draw that he is and doesn't sell as much as he thinks he should, which is, sad, honestly. You would think, or Brandon, I don't know, maybe, I don't know who got it into his head that he could sell a big theater. And, they should have just changed the venue to a smaller venue. I don't know how those things work. He should have just gotten a way around it just so people wouldn't trash him for canceling all of the shows in the UK, because it's, people are gonna call him out. The people that bought the tickets are gonna call him out and say, hey man, I bought these tickets and I was expecting you to come to Ireland and see your comedy and see your thick ass. So, it didn't come to be. So, and then like in this episode, you kind of see like he was a little sad, man, a little sad. I think they said he was gonna reschedule it, on his Twitter. Whoever's handling his Twitter said that. So, anyways, I'll be ending this right here, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.
A good guy.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You've been saying that.
I've been busy, Bubba. Right? I'll cry in my car on the way here sometimes.
You what?
I'll cry in my car hard on the way here dealing with the shit we got to deal with. You kidding me, dude? Excuse me?